So for the orange belt form, there's some footwork pieces that are a little different than any other form you've really had before so far. So when we start off, we're turning to the left. This is my left here. I'm facing the front of the room, right? I'm turning here, outer forearm block, reverse punch, and then I need to go from wide to narrow with my feet. Anytime you have a front stance, there should be a little bit of a gap between your feet. Okay, we tell the students, think of your feet being on railroad tracks, okay, one on each track. What I'm doing here in this transition is I take my left foot, I move here to where both of my feet are on the same track. You can see I'm a little more unstable because I'm so narrow. Then I turn, and this foot moves back to this other track that my foot over here started on, right? So essentially I'm switching tracks with my feet. Okay, I'll show it one more time. So I go here, outer forearm block, reverse punch, and then step over, step over. So now I have my width back and I have more stability. And then I keep going, outer forearm block, reverse punch. Now, only my left leg moves towards the front of the room. So I reach for my block back here, double knife hand block towards the front. Okay? Now I'm going to reach, step forward, spear hand. Okay? There's a yell. Yeah. So this hand flips over, and this is how you escape from a wrist grab. That's what this move is here. So it's a little bit different than transitioning. It's its own little exchange, okay? And then I pick up my left foot. I'm spinning, and then I'm going to do a back fist towards the front. So I spin all the way around. Back fist, and then I step forward, back fist with my right side. Okay, and that's the first half of the form there. So now from here, I'm picking up my left foot, my back leg, I turn over to this wall, and essentially the form restarts. Outer forearm block, reverse punch. I step over with my left foot, turn, and then over with my right. So we've now switched tracks again, right? I do an outer forearm block, a reverse punch. My hands go to my belt. Now I'm going to work with some angles here. Okay, so when we move around in Taekwondo, it's great that we have the mats because it also creates basically a grid that we can follow so we get our angles right. Okay, so for this next move, we're going to use a diagonal angle instead of basically north, south, east, or west. Okay, so I'm going to turn and not go straight back, but my left foot is going to step at an angle towards the corner. Okay, so I'm aiming towards the corner of this large mat, corner of the room, whatever you want to say as a reference. And my hands come up and I do a twin outer forearm block. Okay, so from here, I do a rear leg front kick, step down, punch, reverse punch. Now, my right foot, this is where a lot of students get confused, is they'll want to spin or they'll want to use their left foot. Your left foot's not going to move here, okay? My right foot is what picks up, and I just set it down towards the other corner, okay? So now I do the same moves as before. Twin outer forearm block, rear leg front kick, jab, reverse punch. Okay, now I go from angles back to the main four directions, right? So I go back towards straight back, okay? South, I guess you could call it, right? So I'm going to do a high block here, another high block, then I'm going to take this foot up, turn, which is my left foot, and I'm going to strike towards the left in a sitting stance, and then step back, and I strike and yell, "Aya!" at the end of the form there. Okay, so the orange belt form, between the angles and the different steps, there's a lot of different kind of footwork stuff that can kind of trip people up a little bit. So when you're learning this form, make sure you really take some time and understand what those different transitions are, how you step, what the angles are, and which feet are moving, and that'll help you learn this form a little bit quicker. Okay? Thanks, guys.